I have a question. What do you think about the fact I saw something that said that this is another poll. Jesus, am I doing this?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's keep going.
Yeah.
I saw a poll. 70% of something like 70% of Republicans believe that our voting process is flawed and rigged. I don't know what the Democrat thing is. I told myself I would look, and then I forgot to look. But it's probably a high number there too, but in a different way. It isn't about. They may not use the word rigged. They might not be focused on like voting machines, but they would be focused on broader systems, in relation to campaign finance and gerrymandering and the Electoral College.
Yeah.
I think this is a very interesting opportunity for Joe Biden to lead a bipartisan effort to make some major changes in our voting systems, structures, and processes. What do you think about that? And I think it'll be very interesting to see that it not happen, even though everyone's clamoring for it.
Is
and
everybody
there's so many
clamoring
other
for
things
it?
and
Is
issues that work like that?
Is it like is there a lot of people talking about that?
Not on TV so much, but I think that I can only speak in an anecdotal way about this. I have people on different sides of the spectrum politically who agree heavily on like some kind of a structured way that can be where integrity is at the center of it, and where the popular vote is more valuable than all these electors and the Electoral College and all this stuff. So depending on who we're talking about, who we're talking to, you'll hear, like I said, it's a focus on like the machines or on whatever. But it seems like, this is a moment to talk about that, and I doubt it's gonna happen.
I'm sorry to come so cynical on top of this one, but in 2015,
thanks, Jesse.
We're gonna have to do a whole episode someday on Justin Trudeau so that I can explain some of my cynicism when smooth talking, well speaking, photo op greatness celebration people come to power. But Justin Trudeau ran on many things he didn't do. One of the things he ran on when he won his first election in 2015 was that he was going to do electoral reform, which Canadians had been asking for a long time. Like I don't know if it's as ridiculous as the Electoral College in the US, but it's called first past the post. It's a very silly system, and it gives way too much power, like almost dictatorial power, to anybody who gets like 39% of the vote nationally, basically. And so that's Trudeau wins power in this way in part by making this promise. This was the first thing he was going to do, and he gets in there and he immediately starts to kind of like lower expectations about it, blah blah blah. Has a commission. The commission comes out and it's like 70% of the people in the commission say, yeah, we should have some form of proportional representation electoral system. Trudeau says that the 70% is proof that there's clearly no consensus, and so we're just going to shut this down. Anyways, just to say, there was no way ever, like he ran on a campaign to do this in a country that had been asking for it, where it is an election issue here, is electoral reform, and won on that, and then still it was just never going to happen. And because the Liberal Party is too much of a cash cow for the powerful in this country, that there's no way they would pass a law which would guarantee them never to get that majority power again. Probably we would end up with more mixed governments, basically. And so that just made me very cynical of that being the path alone, like that some politician is going to just do this to themselves. Like, I think it would need some sort of massive social movement calling for it. But I think there could be a social movement that squashes some of this Patriots versus Ravens divide that we've been talking about.
But that's what I'm saying. That's exactly why I tried to, point out the Republican, the fact that there are people who are pro-Trump, who I disagree with on several things, but on the question of like, how do we shore up our elections? How do we now, it'd be interesting to see, like, I know people who ask the question, like, I get on my phone and I bank with my phone. Like I do very private and personal and important transactions through my phone. You know, people ask why can't there be an app that could confirm my identity and then do that and could be validating and in full of integrity. I don't know. I don't see why not.
You mean like to have
right?
referendum? You mean like to have like a referendum on something? Is that what you're talking about? You would vote through your phone?
Yeah, I'm actually just talking about electoral
okay.
politics, voting for members of Congress and for the president. But yeah, even referendums, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Why not? Like, we're coming into a whole new era. I mean, the creativity that is possible if we put our minds to it. If the real goal is to extend the franchise as wide as possible and to make it as easy as possible. The whole time I'm watching your face, you're like, yeah, whatever.
Well,
yeah,
no,
whatever.
No, because
Canada went through this 10 years ago. Blah blah blah.
Not even. I'm just like, it's funny because it's some of the first times in recent memory where I'm like, you know, I would have been all for this. I would have thought, like, up until recently, I definitely would have thought it would be great to have a society where everybody was engaged in politics. I think it would be great. And now I'm seeing a society where everybody's engaged in politics, and it's just getting crazier and crazier. It's just getting further and further away from actually talking about the issues, and it's a bunch of people just screaming about symbols. I'm generalizing. I'm eliminating millions of people who are doing really hard work around policies and issues from my analysis. But
yes, you are.
Yeah, I don't know.
No. I hear you. I
hate to bring my cynicism into this future world of mass participation.
Yeah, man. For some reason, I want to be hopeful here, and I'm just as cynical.
It's self-preservation. It's self-preservation.